please do not create a tarot deck unless you're a tarot reader.
Trigger warning, I'll be channeling Bitchy Belle for this episode. It's kind of a rant, so if that's not your thing, this is your chance to click away and avert your eyes. Alright, let's talk about tarot deck creators who aren't tarot readers.
If you are not a seasoned tarot reader, please do not produce and publish tarot decks for the public. You're going to end up producing a subpar tarot deck anyway, and you're doing a huge disservice to the tarot community. All you're doing when you produce a tarot deck without knowing a goddamn thing about the tarot is you're fanning your own ego, and it's embarrassing. I mean, you don't see me deciding, hey, you know what? I'm going to make ping pong paddles. Yeah, I play a little bit of ping pong.
Okay, you get the picture.
So I'm qualified to produce ping pong paddles for ping pong players everywhere? No, just because I have a ping pong table in my basement and I play every few weekends with beer in hand doesn't qualify me to make ping pong paddles. Wait, devil's advocate here, but I'm Asian. Asians are born awesome at ping pong. We came up with the sport. I invented it. Well, not I, but yeah, my ancestors did. Don't I qualify on virtue of DNA? Once upon a time, artists who maybe knew a little bit about tarot, but not like, they weren't tarot experts, would team up with a tarot expert and as a team create a tarot deck. Once upon a time, it was the occultists, the dedicated practitioner of the craft who also happened to be artists or artistic, who would produce a tarot deck. Or you'd have a tarot expert who might not be terribly gifted in the arts, hire someone who is, and then instruct to that artist how to manifest the tarot expert's visions of the tarot deck. Today, I feel like you get a lot of these folks who are mediocre artists at best who have consulted the Wikipedia page for tarot, so don't worry, I know what I'm doing, who think the tarot is like really cool and hipster and subversive and really trending, so let me get on that bandwagon for this hot second and churn out a tarot deck of my own. Wait, how many cards are in a tarot deck again? What are the suit names? Major Arcana? No, don't worry. I know. Death card does not mean death. Seriously, I've got this. Let me be clear here. Would I censor and say let's ban people who don't pass muster from creating tarot decks? Absolutely not. No way. I'm totally in favor of live and let live, and I want everybody. Let's all create all the shitty tarot decks in the world. Mediocrity is where it's at anyway. So yeah, everybody. I welcome and I invite everyone to create tarot decks. But just because I'm all live and let live doesn't mean I won't criticize. Go ahead and create your subpar tarot deck. However, I'm going to exercise my own free will to say, damn, that is a piece of shit. Hey, anyone else looking at this and thinking the same thing? So you want to create a tarot deck. Okay, great. Let's go through a couple of considerations before we begin, shall we? Is your tarot deck structure inspired by the Tarot de Marseille, the Rider-Waite-Smith, or the Thoth, or a combination of those systems? Or have you devised your own unique system altogether, totally revolutionary? And if you've devised a revolutionary tarot system, can you explain that system to a tarot reader? True story. I listened to a podcast interview of this deck creator who obviously wasn't part of the so-called tarot community, and the interviewer asked the deck creator what inspired the deck structure, since it was like one of those off the beaten path tarot deck structures that no one could really, no seasoned tarot reader could make heads or tails of. So the interviewer obviously would ask the question, and politely so, what inspired this very avant-garde deck structure that you've produced? The deck creator then waxed poetic about all of this nonsense, and the interviewer, both again trying to be polite and get to the point, asked again by rephrasing the question. So would you say you were more inspired by the Tarot de Marseille or the Rider-Waite-Smith or the Thoth here? The deck creator's answer? It was literally something to the effect of, oh, I don't want to copy what's already out there. I really wanted to be creative and innovative with this tarot deck. The interviewer, observing that certain parts were admittedly very Rider-Waite-Smith, then pressed on. Yeah, but you for sure took inspiration from the RWS, right? The deck creator's answer. I really wanted to be original. I don't look to the RWS here. I looked inward for inspiration. So obviously the tarot deck creator didn't know what the fuck the interviewer was talking about. Yeah, guys, that's not cool. Not if you're a deck creator. You need to know what RWS stands for if you're a deck creator. Again, I am all for revolutionary progressive tarot deck structures and systems that turn old systems on their head. I love that. But if you're a tarot deck creator giving the middle finger to the old traditions, that's fine. You just have to know enough about the old traditions to explain yourself. Here's another consideration. Have you intentionally, analytically, and intuitively thought through the symbolism in the art on your tarot deck? Don't just give me pretty pictures. Have you thought about the symbolism and the value of that symbolism in your imagery? Just because you're pretty good at crafting wood doesn't mean you can become a professional artisan of violins. You need to be a violinist to some extent to understand the violin musically in order for you to produce a violin worth playing by the master violinists of our society. So, you want to create a tarot deck, huh? If you want to publish a tarot deck, then I hope you're doing so because your tarot deck represents your great work, and that's the esoteric concept with a capital G and a capital W. I hope you're giving me all you've got. When I work with your tarot deck, I better feel your soul in it. That sounds kind of creepy and psychotic, I know. I mean, you know what I mean, right? If you want to publish a tarot deck, then I hope you're somebody who is fundamentally passionate about the tarot. You're somebody who has experienced and witnessed the tarot's depth. If I'm being really idealistic, I also hope you're someone who is dialed into the spirit, non-physical realm of things. I hope you're someone who has an appreciation for that which lurks beneath the surface. I hope you're someone who can appreciate both the light and the dark, the value of both creation and destruction. I hope that you're someone who honors that natural cycle of life and death. All right, that's all I've got. If you still want to produce a trendy, over-commercialized tarot deck that demonstrates zero appreciation or knowledge or respect for tarot culture, then hey, you do you. Peace.